Alright, y'all. So, I don't know if y'all noticed what I do when I first start these videos. Like, basically, I'm on here today before I announce, like, what I'll be doing. I'm on here today to let y'all know, don't wait to be perfect. Just start. That's the main topic for today, and this is not a part of my business chat series. This is because, I just got a little angry yesterday from some negative, non-constructive criticism, and I'm just on here to explain, what I do and things that I heard, which got me on this camera. So what you see that I'm doing, like the whole screen be pink, it be my finger covering the camera part, because for the last 3 weeks my face been breaking out bad and I don't know what's been causing it. So I like to put the filter on here so I can feel a little confident to get on. But the old Tiffany, even with that, even with the filter, I wouldn't be getting on. Like, usually when I get on camera, I would put on some eyeliner, some lip gloss. I would have my hair the way I actually want it. So I'm going to explain some behind the scenes stuff. And I'm going to explain why I do what I do and why I do it the way I do it. And I'm also going to explain how it is to go live. Now, a lot of people will get discouraged because they worry about what other people say and what other people think. And that used to be me. So I will worry about, oh my God, I said that wrong. Oh my God, I look so stupid in that video when I'm just being my natural self or I'm a little nervous. Oh my God, my hair is not done. I don't have my makeup. I gained weight. My face broke out. I would have 1,000 excuses not to get on here and record and go live and teach things. And instead of actually listening to what I'm teaching or absorbing any information or giving me any feedback based on how what I was teaching and, what you learned or whatever, I got criticism on, oh, your language was a little off. I'm like, okay, yeah, you said did instead of done and past tense and present tense. I said, well, you do understand that I was live, and when people go live, they be a little nervous, right? And you understand when you record a live video, you can't go back and pre-record. It's like you're talking to people face to face. And never once did they say anything about the video or what I discussed in the video. So if you're going to say something like that, at least tell the person what they did good. So that just means you just didn't like it at all. And it's fine. You don't have to like it. But are you trying to tear somebody down? Because it's nothing positive. It's nothing negative. So then I spoke to my sister. She was like, oh, yeah, you be forcing your facial expressions. This is forcing facial expressions. I don't do that. I'm not trying to feel like a clown on live. Like, I'm just being me. I'm being my natural self. It took me a lot to even get up here and go live. Even on my large page, I barely went live like that because I have like a lot of insecurities. And I think a lot of people do. Some people don't even like their voice on camera. So what helped me build up the confidence, like 2 years ago, I used to watch this girl, and she had like the spiritual page. And I used to wonder, I love the information on her page, and she'd be live for hours and everything. And I even like had my bell on, like subscribe to whenever she go live, because I was learning a lot from her. And her live videos will look all smoky, like the screen would be blurry, like she didn't wash her camera screen off before going live. Sometimes I make sure I do that. Not sometimes, all the time. She wouldn't have no makeup on. She wouldn't have her hair done. I'm like, why is she on camera like that? But now, I thought about it recently. I'm like, you know what? It's cool that she did that, because if you too worried and concerned about what other people is thinking about you and all the negative judgments, you will never get far. You'll never get nowhere. And at the end of the day, me and her both, and a whole bunch of other people on social media, everyone's first videos is not perfect. You don't have to be perfect to start, and you will never start if you're always trying to be perfect. And if you have a goal to go live every single day, if you're going to try to be perfect every single day, you're going to feel like that's overwhelming you. So here's a background story of my week. I've been sick like for the last couple of weeks. I had no energy. I felt drained. I still got on here and got live. I had like heart attack or stroke symptoms this week. I still went live the days that I was supposed to go live. And I'm not just going live talking about nothing. I wrote down like 15 topics to talk about for the month, since I'm going live every other day. 15 good topics to get entrepreneurs prepared for whatever they're getting into. And I was like, F it, you know what, my skin is messed up, let me just use the filter. I ordered me a wig because I have natural hair under here. Natural hair. And my hair, I cut it all off earlier this year, so my hair is short. And ain't no way in hell I'm going live with my hair like in the condition that is in. I dyed it blonde and it's natural and curly and a whole nine. So I ordered like a wig 3 weeks ago. I ordered an all black wig because I was sick of wearing this thing on my head. And I thought it was like a lace front wig, and when they brung it, it was one of those half wigs that you have to brush your own hair over it. So, you know, I was pissed off about that. So instead of getting upset, I just threw this wig on, went live again, ordered me another wig, and made sure that it was lace front. And now I've been waiting 2 weeks for that thing to come in, and it was supposed to only take 2 days. So I been wearing like the curly one. But for some reason, like the curly one haven't been looking nice on me neither. So I haven't been feeling confident on camera. And then to hear some feedback like I'm forcing my face expressions. The only thing that I probably will force in my videos is extra energy. Because the last thing I want to do is sound monotone on my videos. I paid for classes on how to make good videos on Instagram and Facebook. I'm not using all the tips. But one of the things that people do, they go live so your audience could trust you. So it could be interpersonal. They face be centered in the camera. They looking into the camera. They talking directly to you, to the audience, whatever. People buy from people that they like. People buy from people that they trust. And I also learned about lighting. So every time I go live, I have my ring light on. Even though I know at night the lighting be terrible. But I just do the best I can with what I got until I could do better, and until my face heal, until my health get better, until I get my way. I'm not going to sit here and not do anything anymore. I literally, it took me 2.5 years before starting this business because I had to build up the confidence and the strength to actually get on camera. And I'm like, oh my God, I have kids. My kids make a whole bunch of noise in the background. How am I supposed to do that? Right now, my son is singing Baby Shark, and I'm on. And I know, like, if I'm consistent at something, it will grow. Everyone start at zero. All these big influencers that you follow, any business page that you follow, they start at zero. And if they didn't start at zero, they have fake followers. And another thing is, it's terrible to get fake followers because when you doing your ads, or you're looking at your metrics, you really wouldn't know what your audience is because it's all fake. So you don't know who you targeting, what type of people, you know, like your content. And even though you had goals to set out to target a certain audience, a different audience might follow you. Like, for instance, my sister, she owns a period company, and she was targeting women that get their menstrual period. But she realized later on that women with kids, with teenagers, with preteens, is the ones who were supporting her business the most. So she had to adjust her business to that. When you have fake followers, you would not know that because you would not be able to read the metrics. So I don't believe in buying fake followers. At first, I was like, oh, that's cool because, you know, people buy, you know, from your followers and everything. But now I'm like, nah. And then I don't want to be on here talking to myself if I go live. I don't want to post and nobody see my stuff. And it's just like I'm posting to a fake audience. I hate bots. I hate them with a passion. You don't even have to pay for, you know, for bots to comment on your stuff. Back then, you could buy fake followers, you could buy comments, whatever. And I made a video against that, how to recognize, you know, pages that have all that fake stuff. Now, the bots is commenting on these real pages with organic followers. It's so annoying. So I posted, I don't think I posted it. I'm not sure, but it's a video that I made that I might post if I didn't post it yet, on how to stop bots from commenting on your stuff, how to filter out words. And I hate filtering, I hate censoring, I hate the whole cancel culture in general, but I do it. So I was just on here today to let you know, people be going through some real stuff, and it's okay to give, you know, feedback, constructive criticism on things, but to be too judgmental or to assume things, that's wrong as hell. And I'm not a clown to be forcing my face to be a certain type of way on a video. Like, this is how I am, this is how I talk, and this is how I interact with people. The only thing that's on my mind and why my words might stutter over something, or I might speak in past instead of present tense, because one, I'm nervous. Two, I'm trying to make sure that all my see, somebody just called me and distracted me, so I made my mind go elsewhere. I'm trying to make sure whatever I wrote down in my notes that I'm delivering inside the video. They keep on calling me, and I'm really trying to get my point across. I'm trying to make sure whatever I'm trying to say in the video gets out in the video to whoever's watching. So I write down a list of what I want to talk about, but I don't write down word from word what I want to talk about. So while I'm saying it, even though I am an educated black woman that knows how to talk, that knows how to read, that knows how to write, sometimes I be so concerned on me saying something right or saying a certain sentence that it just comes out wrong, because I don't know. But that's natural. That happens. If you ever went to a live speaking seminar, if you ever went to a church, if you ever was speaking to somebody face to face, whatever, 9 times out of 10 they say things correctly because they're not nervous. But if they're speaking on stage and they have this same concept where they talking to a live audience and they just going by a bulletin of outlines, they might stumble over a few words. They might say a few things wrong, and it's not on purpose. It's out of like my thoughts was on something else, so it came out wrong. So I'm only on here to encourage people. Don't listen to anybody negativity. Negative feedback is good. It's constructive criticism to be aware of what you're doing, but all constructive criticism is not good. Let's say that I'm like the teenage Tiffany, and somebody was talking about my face expressions, then now I'm going to be sitting here like a robot and looking all stiff and everything. No, I'm going to relax. I'm going to continue to be myself. And I'm saying that for a reason. When I was young, when I was a kid, they was telling me, oh my God, can you stop calling? My grandmother was like, oh, when you walk, you know, you be switching, you have a sway. And that made me feel like insecure and as if I'm forcing myself to be sexual, and I wasn't. That's just how I naturally walk. So you know what I did? I trained myself to walk stiff. And then I just looked weird when I walked. So as I got older, I wanted to stop walking stiff because I just didn't look right. Because people was now saying, oh, Tiffany, why you walk so stiff? Why you walk like that? Ha, 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 making fun of me. And that hurt. It was hurting me because, you know, when I used to walk naturally sexy, because I'm a woman, like that's what women do. I didn't force myself to sway. I didn't force myself to do. That's just how my body moved when I walked. But I forced myself to be stiff because I felt like people was assuming that I'm trying to be sexy when I wasn't. I was just a kid. So as I became an adult, I started walking stiff. So I'm like, okay, let me try to practice and loosen up my body and stop walking stiff. 20 years later, 30 years later, I still walk stiff. I can't undo it. So at the end of the day, do you. Don't let anybody negative. You got to know yourself first. So in order to take constructive criticism, you got to know yourself. You got to really know what you're doing is actually wrong. Because if you don't know yourself, anything somebody negative say to you, you're going to keep on trying to change. And you might be changing the wrong thing that could be perfect for you. Okay? And when it comes to your business, instead of trying to save up all the money to do the right thing, have all your stock in line, have a perfect website, have perfect this, have perfect that, have perfect hair, have perfect skin, have perfect body, have perfect voice, have perfect everything, you would never start. some businesses start with what they got, the little bit that they have. Sometimes it's just enough just to have a website and a drop, like a drop ship store. And with not 1,000 products, you might just have a one product store. No Instagram, no Facebook. You started. You started. You're not going to be like, nah, I'm waiting to launch my website because I need this. No, you would never start. A lot of businesses started that small, and as they grew along, their business turned into a success. Their business turned into what they needed to turn into. Even with Kingdom of Mel. Now, Kingdom of Mel is a good example. When I started Kingdom of Mel, it started out as Tiff Fantasy, a woman clothing line, pink glittery stuff. That's the type of fashion designer that I wanted to be. I wanted to design like the whole glam thing. So, like Nicki Minaj or like fancy stuff like what Mariah Carey wear or whatever. And it turned into a pro-black website because I designed some Kente shoes and I was testing it out. I designed some red, black, and green bags, testing it out. And then I noticed like, a lot of my audience, they related more to that because most of my audience was people that was into black excellence, pro-black anyway, because of the type of group I was in. I started out, I was in a group called Black Artists Connected, and I was painting a Black Artist collection, and I wanted to put my artwork on clothes. And so I already had the black empowerment thing going on, and I wanted to also have like my glam stuff and sell my artwork, but it didn't turn out the way that I planned, and I didn't wait till I was perfect. And I started
Look, Mommy.
Yeah, that's nice. Go ahead, go back over there. I started a drop ship method with my business. I didn't order a whole bunch of stock. My website at the beginning looked crappy, and it's weird that I still made sales, but you know why? Because the people knew me, they trusted me, they seen my face, and they liked me, and they liked my product. So if you're listening to other people like, oh my God, you know what? Because this person said that my speech is off, you know what, let me just quit my lines because now I'm insecure about my talk, and now I'm really watching my words to the point where I just don't want to record no more. Or I'd be like, oh my God, I'd be looking that stupid. I'd be looking like a damn clown on live. I don't want to go live no more because I don't want nobody else to think negative from me. And you know what? Somebody might need you. You might really be out there to help. You might exist to help thousands of people. And because you're insecure or you're worried about what somebody said about you, they will never see your face. They will never hear your story. They will never get that product from you that could actually help them and help their family from being homeless or feeding their kids or keeping a roof over their head, which is the same thing as being homeless. Or, buying clothes on their back and stuff. They would never have that six-figure business because you was too insecure to be live, or you was too insecure to do anything that you wanted to do because somebody was a naysayer or somebody said something negative about you. So my business chat is really to prepare entrepreneurs on their entrepreneurship journey and to know what's going to come out of it. And it's going to be a ton of people saying negative things to you or trying to discourage you. A lot of people don't even believe in entrepreneurship because they feel like they fell. Their grandma fell. Their aunties fell. Their friend fell. They feel like it's not for them, that it's for the lucky. It's not. It's not. It's for the people that's consistent and that really believe that they can make something happen no matter how long it takes or how many times you have to try. So my word to you is get out there, do what you have to do. Stop waiting around. Stop trying to be perfect. Stop listening to negative stuff. If you have to block everybody out, and I'm not saying that you do nothing wrong. I'm not saying don't take constructive criticism. I want you to get to know who you are. Discover you. Know who you are before you can take anybody else's advice. Don't let nobody tell you who you are. Don't let nobody just point out things that you're doing wrong, but never say what you're doing right. You don't need those type of people around you while you're trying to manifest your goals or while you're trying to manifest your business. So if you just starting this video, I suggest that you watch it from the beginning. And the topic is don't try to be perfect, just start. So I'm really hoping that this video encourages or helps somebody. and I just wanted to give y'all feedback on some of the things that I be going through. I have a sister that wants to start her business, and I told her, you know, why don't you start a dropship store first? Because you want to build up the revenue for your business, and a dropship store is the most low budget type of business, and it's convenient that you could start. You don't have to buy stock, you don't have to buy inventory, you don't have to ship your own products. Do that. Build up your audience and build up your revenue. And then once you have the money on the side besides your regular job to do that business, now you have the money to fund the type of business that you want. And if you did it according to the audience for the business that you want, now you already have that audience. Build your audience first. Build up your money first. If you don't have to start capital, you don't always need a lender. You don't always need a loan. Shopify is only $29 a month. That's $1 a day for a 29-day month. That's less than $1 a day for a 30-day month. A Shopify store, $30 a day. For a whole year, $24 for a professional email. So if you email Kingdom of Mel, Manifest My Business, it's support@kingdomofmel.com, not support@gmail.com. Excuse me. Dropship. You don't have to pay for nothing. The only thing you're paying for is to order one sample, which might be $15. I'm just throwing numbers out there. It could be $1 for a sample, whatever you're trying to dropship, so you can see it in person. You don't even have to really do that, but I do suggest that you do that. But dropship. When somebody, and this is how dropshipping works, and I'm going to end this video after I say this because I got to call back 2 people who was interrupting my video. So you add a product to your website from your vendor. I'm going to have a class on how to do this whole thing, how to find the vendors and everything, the whole 9. Now you have that product on your website from your vendor. A customer comes to your website. They purchase the product. Now let's say that the product, the vendor's charging you $5 for that product. And the customer paid you $30 in total. That's including the shipping or whatever. So you made $25. If the vendor's charging you $5 and the customer pays you $30, you made a $25 profit. Now, you didn't spend no money. You didn't ship this product yet. So right now you got $30. All you're spending now is money you didn't have before. Now you got an extra $30 in your bank account. Out of that $30, you spending $5. You sending that to the customer. Now you made $25 without putting your own money up front. The only money that you've been putting up was a $29 a month, and probably for your email, whatever. Now, it is a whole system, an ecosystem basically, to get to sales, to get to your first customers. But sometimes you might have people that support you around you that you know, but that's very rare. Family and friends don't really support you. And a lot of people, you know, will criticize you first before supporting you. But I always strongly suggest for people who's complaining about, oh my God, I can't start my business because I need a loan and it's very hard to find a loan. You don't need a loan. It's an easy method that you could start right now. Nobody's saying that you have to do this for the rest of your life. You can even automate the business where you don't have to work on it anymore. You could just get paid, just hire people out to do the background work for you. Start you a dropship store. So right now what I'm doing this monthly series called Business Chats to get you mentally prepared on starting a business mentally. Not really business tips, just preparing you mentally to get you started to start your business. In October, my plans was, now I might have to push it back because I've been a little sick and I've been like really delayed on doing my videos. So I felt that it was easy for me to go live every other day. And then days that I'm not going live, to work on my content for YouTube and to work on my content for the classes that I'm selling. And I was going to launch all of that in October. But for personal reasons, for mental health reasons, I'm not going to overwhelm and stress myself out. I might start the middle of October because, like I said, I have not been feeling well the first 10 days that this month started. And I'm not waiting for everything to be perfect. This is why I started now, because I was really just going to neglect my whole page the whole month of September and come out with the content. But I'm like, you know what? Let me not do that. You know, I'm keep on starting, then I'm stopping, I'm starting. No, I want to be consistent. Consistency is key. Consistency is how any business grows. Consistency is how I made 6 figures doing Kingdom ML. Consistency is how you get anywhere in life. You have to be consistent. And most entrepreneurs, they be like, oh, you got to go live every single day. I personally, I don't want to go live every day, and I want to make sure that I'm giving value. I'm not just up here going live without giving value. So I'm hoping that besides y'all judging me, even though I know everybody is not, because I'm not on that negative mindset, instead of y'all judging me about my language or my face expressions that I'm not purposely making, or my hair or the way I'm dressed, I hope that you're actually hearing what I'm saying, and I'm hoping that it actually helps somebody, and I'm hoping that you find success in whatever you do. And I'm also not the type of person that be like, oh, only buy it from me, only buy my classes. All entrepreneurs, everybody that I follow, they all, like, entrepreneurship and marketing is continuous education. You have to constantly educate yourself and stay up to date, or you will fall behind in business. And in order to do that, you don't know everything, and you have to learn the updates. You have to learn from other people. So other entrepreneurs with millions of followers, with 200K followers, they all are learning from each other and buying each other courses, following each other pages, looking at each other and what they do and what they could do differently and what they could do better. So nobody knows everything. So for instance, I once had a lady that follows me contact me on growing her blog. I'm not a blog writer. I'm a Shopify store owner. I'm a fashion designer. So I just gave her the resources that could help her, because nobody knows everything. So don't go to somebody that specializes in, let's say, Facebook ads, and think that they know how to run a business. That depends on the person and their experience. There's one girl that was running Facebook ads for large companies, billion-dollar companies, but she never had a business, but she was making those people billions. Why? Because she was an expert at Facebook ads. So if you asked her about a dropship store, she wouldn't have no clue what that is. All she knows is how to get in front of an audience and do what she have to do. So you can't expect somebody to know everything. Like if you go to a dentist, you can't ask them about your heart issues or your skin issues. They're going to refer you to a dermatologist. Even though all of them are doctors, everybody have their own expertise, their own focus, and what they're focusing on. And one thing about entrepreneurship, you must focus on a niche. You must focus on one thing and be excellent at it, because if you're focusing on too many things, you're spreading yourself thin. You're scattering yourself. I learned that myself. When I did Kingdom ML, I was trying to start so many businesses at the same time. I never launched one. So I'm like, you know what? I like manifesting my business. I want to help people. And I don't really see how fashion is helping people. It's probably just helping them look good. I want to help people make money. So let me do this and focus only on this. I want to help people learn how to start their own business and learn how to grow. Now, somebody on Kingdom ML was like, oh yeah, well, it's one thing to start a business, but how are you going to maintain it? Grow is the key word. So when I say grow, that means maintaining your business. That's business tips on making sales. It's business tips on growing your audience. Business tips on, building up your website so it could produce possible conversions. That's maintaining your business, grow. But I don't know. People nitpick with me, and they don't really, I'm not talking about y'all, I'm not talking about everybody, I'm just talking about a little handful comprehend what I'm saying. So I just had to get on here this morning, and I'm hoping that somebody watches this video, which somebody might not, but I let it out, I vented. This is a little vent video. So I will be live tomorrow, continuing my business chats, but I just had to put this out here. And I'm about to post this video. So let me get off of here. Love y'all. Thanks for subscribing. Please stay motivated. Don't let anybody discourage you. Don't let nobody that think that they can't do something make you think that you can't do anything. Somebody once told me I will always be poor. Right after saying that, I made $25,000 in 3 days. So stop listening to people. Do you, and if you feel like what you're doing is right, you can take that constructive criticism, look at it, see, pick out whatever in that constructive criticism, suits you, take it, and throw the rest away. If it doesn't apply, don't let it bother you. Don't let it affect how you work. Don't let it stop you. Keep going. Keep going. We all go through it. Later.